Alright, time for the finals of this month's MSEM GP. We have Cool Beans versus Nyx. Cool Beans is playing Blue-Red Prowess, which is a deck that can easily roll people over. Meanwhile, Nyx is playing a combo deck that has a very fast kill, but almost no board interaction, at least pre-board. So yeah, we got our contestants. Cool Beans is on Blue-Red Prowess. I mean, it's what it says on the tin. It's a deck that plays prowess creatures and buffs pump spells. Meanwhile, Nyx is on a complicated combo deck. Aagineer, can you please explain how Nyx's deck works?
Okay, so do you want me to explain like just the basics?
Okay, just like
Since
just enough so that we can like actually figure out or so
do you
that
have
yeah.
so your main combo is Dead Man's Hand, as we can see in Nyx's hand, plus Dimensional Reshaper, plus any card with Spirited. So you play the Reshaper, you play the Dead Man's Hand, then you play the Spirited card with the trigger on stack. You swap them, so you basically just say target player loses the game, and you win from that. And then you have a ton of consistency, like what we're seeing with Gilded Spyglass. And then another kind of engine in the deck, which is probably what we're going to see this game, is Egg of Avarice, which lets you tutor out some of your one drops like Volatile Stonework or Harvest Reaper, which is a tutor, which can help get your combo. You also have Gilded Spyglass as card selection and advantage. And your whole deck is just a bunch of small engines that are just trying to, compound on top of each other. And then you have your big combo to just finish the opponent off.
Yeah. So Cool Beans it keeps 6. They mulligan their first hand because due to I guess having a tap land in the opener, and yeah. So I think Nyx actually has a really good hand against Burn or against Prowess. Like they go turn 1 Volatile, turn 2 Egg of Avarice.
They just don't get any creatures. Just kill them all.
So Cool Beans actually needs to decide what to do on this keep this or on the Demolish to 6 because like they can bottom the Frostfire Geysers because that's going to be tapped. If I was in Cool Beans' position, I would bottom the Scorch because there's a lack of good targets, and yeah, that's what Cool Beans also does. And that's Secret Mysteries on 1.
But it's probably just going to get Volatile Stoneworked.
Ooh, Harvest
There's
Reaper.
Harvest Reaper, which is the other one for Egg of Avarice.
Does Cool Beans have any follow-up to Nick? Oh, can Nick get Center of Culture online on turn 2?
Yes.
Right, that's also like a big part of the deck. They have like 8 soul lands, or 8 ancient tombs, if that's what you call them.
Because of Workshop, but I think you only play like 3 workshops because it's legendary. Or is Nyx even running Workshop?
Aren't they like is Nyx? They're running Jade Temple. That was the thing I was calling the
Yeah.
other ancient tomb. So Jade Temple taps for 2 mana, but you can't
Four
spend the mana
Center
on
of
spells.
Culture, 4 Jade Temple, 2 Kelly Thrust, so that's 10 soul lands.
Yeah. And Nyx is taking their time, it seems. I don't know what they're thinking about, because I feel like I guess they're deciding between Volatile Stonework and Harvest Reaper.
I think you almost always go for Stonework here, though.
Actually, no, there could be a reason to hold the Stonework, because Cool Beans might play out like a bigger threat next turn, and then you can Stonework and then Egg of Avarice it right away, right? Or no, you can't. Actually, no, you can't, because you can't because you make 3 mana next turn.
Yeah, so you could go Harvest Reaper, and then next turn Stonework plus Egg, sack the Stonework, kill whatever Cool Beans plays, or just this Seeker.
Yeah, that's like that's a pretty huge swing. And then
Yeah, Egg is gonna do a lot of work here.
how many copies of Volatile Stonework does Nyx have in their deck? 4? Okay, so yeah, they can just go on forever. Oh, and they're playing out Dead Man's Hand immediately. Interesting.
I don't think it really matters against Cool Beans because he doesn't have either hand attack or artifact removal in game 1. But I think in games 2 and 3, you'd rather have that in your hand and less vulnerable to removal.
So Cool Beans top 6 Strong Arm. I think the right play here is to drop in Rapid Countess and just hold the Strong Arm in hand. Oh, well, Cool Beans is going for it because that means that next turn Cool Beans can fade into Bite Blitz, I guess. Yeah, Strong Arm gives or buffs a guy and also makes a treasure for next turn. And Nyx gets to do stuff now. So it seems like Nyx isn't going to get completely rolled over like we thought.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I want Nyx to win this, but we'll see how this goes.
Well, I'm cheering for the Blue-Red Prowess because I built the deck, so I guess we're rivals now.
Soul Synthesizer, which is another big piece of consistency that can either just, get one of your soul lands, or most of the cards or the good cards in your deck have activated abilities.
Right. Also, since Nyx has 2 Egg of Avarices, that means that next turn, Nyx can egg one thing, fetch a Stonework, and then egg the Stonework. So then Nyx can blow up anything Cool Bean plays next turn.
Yeah. What Nyx can do this turn is Stonework,
And
egg, sack the Stonework.
is there anything else to grab? Is it just Harvest Reaper?
Yeah, you don't want to grab a second Stonework here, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you have another creature to fetch.
It's a bunch of 1/1s
Yeah,
to
you have
come up the
nothing
board,
else.
I guess.
Yeah, those are the only ones in in both main and sideboard. So.
And once these guys start dying, then Nyx starts tutoring, and then I think Nyx can set up the combo next turn, right? If the Harvest Reapers die.
Yeah, but I think Nyx would rather just kill the Autumn Fae.
Yeah. Nyx is thinking. Okay, they're not going to attack even. Okay, I guess that makes sense in case there's any hasters. Ooh, extreme speed. Unfortunately, not very useful. So I mean, I think Cool Beans has to jam on Fae and Bite Blitz at this turn, which is not great, but I guess you do it anyways because you have no other
That is
plays.
still 8 damage.
It's still 8 damage, but then you don't have any follow-up. I guess the follow-up is Enraptured Countess and then extreme speed it, but then the Harvest Reapers get the block.
Yeah.
I mean, you also have the alternative of just going Enraptured Countess and then nothing. Well, Cool Beans is going for it. I mean, they can't get punished because Nyx has no instant speed interaction.
Here's the Bite Blitz.
There's a Bite Blitz. Yep. And that whacks Nyx for 6 damage, which is not that impressive, all things considered.
Yeah, Nyx can just fetch another Stonework here, and then since they have the second, they can also immediately sack it.
Cool Beans losing this game is actually pretty bad for them because that means they lost the game on the play. So now they have to win one of the on the draw games. Although I guess this matters slightly less because well, no, it still matters a lot.
Yeah, play draw is just really important for almost any Prowess matchup.
More egg viruses. That's a lot of eggs.
Nyx is going to run out of things to tutor for. Notably, not a third land here.
You still have 3 mana though, so you're not complaining.
I think the play is just egg, do the Stonework thing, and then play Soul Synthesizer and wait till next turn to crack it.
Yeah.
Because Autumn Fae is just so threatening, you can't really leave it up.
Yeah. Oh, notably, Cool Beans did. This is a game where Cool Beans did not draw Nizev Enforcer. That's why Cool Beans is losing right now. I blame Cool Beans not drawing Nizev Enforcer.
I think that shows why people want the card nerfed.
Yeah.
And why it is getting nerfed.
But at the same time, I kind of wish Cool Beans drew Nizev Enforcer so that we can see it in all its glorious power one last time before it gets bashed or it gets knocked down a run.
Yeah. Apparently, it also used to only need 3 power to make it copy.
That was before it got released, so it never made it into the format in that state. I mean, to be fair, the 3 power thing wouldn't actually be a huge difference because you're copying with pump spells anyways. But I guess it makes it way easier to trigger naturally.
Then you're doing it turn 2 anyway in a fair context, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, Nyx is going to scavenge with Harvest Reaper to, I guess, fetch the combo pieces. Wait, so they're not going to blow up Volatile Stonework?
What this could be is they could scavenge Harvest Reaper, get Volatile Stonework, play sack, Volatile Stonework. I'm not sure what Nyx is doing here.
Maybe they're playing around.
Oh wait, no, Nyx is getting a land.
Do they have a land that they can?
Yeah, because Harvest Reaper's just a colorless card. So they fetch center, then they can use center to play out a second egg, and then still do the Soul Synthesizer.
Right, Harvest Reaper can fetch. Wow, this card's stronger than I thought.
Yeah, and it can also scavenge on your opponent's stuff too if you don't have any creatures.
So yeah, how's Intrepid and Gate of Realms looking now that Nyx just fetched a Center of Culture for 2 mana with a +1/+1 counter?
How's what looking?
Intrepid and Gate of Realms, the heart attack land fetchers.
Heart attack. I feel like it really depends on the deck, but especially in something like Turbo Heart, Proteri Heart, a Gate of Realms is just it turns on and is free on turn 4. So you just start mowing down stuff, hit their face. You have a lot of inevitability. It also fetches your Heart of Zadina. Gate of Realms is so insane if you can turn it on early. but I think Intrepid is just overall better. And yeah, I think it was better by a lot when it was a 4-4, but now that it's a 3-3, people might look at more options like even Beyond All Horizons, or yeah, maybe even Harvest Reaper, though I think probably not Harvest Reaper.
Yeah, the two Harvest Reapers are blocking the Enraptured Countess pretty well, so that's
Yeah.
quite annoying for Cool Beans.
Well, one other play that's really interesting with the rail lines is you can bounce your own pathlands and then cycle them.
Is that what Cool Beans is going to do? No, they can't do that right now.
No, they can't do that, but I don't think they were going for that.
They're
But
going
that is something you
to
can.
fight Blitz from Yard. Okay, I guess that's fair. So that pumps Enraptured Count. No, Enraptured Countess still trades with these guys. No, this attack is still horrible.
Yeah,
I
I think Nyx just double chumps, and then being engraved
it's
is
not a
like,
chump. It's a trade.
yeah, true.
Just double
You just
blocks.
trade with it, but the thing is, then your scavenge is turned off. Same with your eggs, so that's something to take note of.
Sure, I
I
guess.
think Nyx is just trying to like run Cool Beans out here and then win with kind of just tutoring out the combo with Harvest Reapers, and that gets turned off if you lose your creature, and your soul lands also get turned off if you lose the creature.
Well,
So
that's volatile stonework off the top. No fetching needed.
so
Wait, did Nyx literally just draw all their 1-drops and eggs in the top 10
one,
cards in
two,
their deck?
three, four. So there are 4, 5, 6 1-drops and 3 eggs in the top 15
Wow,
cards.
they
I
got
guess there were like 2 tutored.
like the exact draw they needed to beat Prowess. Man.
That's what I want to happen.
Well, I mean, Prowess can still get there like in game 2 and 3 because I
Yeah,
don't think
definitely.
Nyx gets that many good things in the board, and Prowess does.
Nyx gets the thing about Nyx is their life gain is just too slow, and really the only big thing is Glistening Chalice, but that doesn't really matter that much. I guess you have Mysterious Coffer.
Mysterious Coffer is also like something they can bring in. Yeah. Nyx is cracking the Soul Synthesizer.
I mean, see what this hits.
I mean, I don't think there's actually anything you need to hit right now. Like you just egg,
Yeah,
kill your
you're
opponent's
probably
thing.
just playing it to like fish for Reshaper to get your combo apart, just for more digging to get your combo at this
Honestly,
point.
in this board state, I feel like Nyx can just win through beatdown,
Yeah,
eventually at
probably.
least.
Just with like egg, but honestly just scavenging Harvest Reapers, you have a tutor already. You have 1 tutor, so if this synthesizer synthesizer hits a combo piece or a tutor, you just have your full combo next turn. And we see Nyx has hit Tinker's tools here. We don't know if they're taking it, but like that is a way to have your combo next turn.
I mean, yeah, I guess that it is a way to get your combo. The Nyx is, it seems like they're still. Well, I mean, I guess 7 cards is a lot to think through, but I feel like
Yeah.
Nyx probably doesn't have to think this hard because they got they pretty much have the game on lockdown anyways.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter too much what Nyx takes here, especially with just extreme speed and full beam sand.
Or actually, Nyx has enough mana to like just combo off this turn if they can't get both pieces without spending mana.
No,
Also, I feel like Nyx probably should have done other egg cracks before digging because that thins their deck.
but like you have 1 volatile stonework left in deck, and you don't want to lose that creature because that turns off. I guess you're
I
not
mean,
losing a
you
creature
want to grab
actually.
out all your
Right.
Harvest Reapers, right, before you crack
Yeah,
that thing.
and then the thing about Harvest Reaper is then you can scavenge for a 3rd center, play that, and then scavenge another 2 times, get the rest of your combo, and you have that. Like that's a line here.
I mean, that certainly is an option.
Or you can also just Gilded Spyglass and start digging a bunch.
I mean, that's something you can do. I don't think it's better than the other options, but
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So you know how nobody has ever called people out for slow play when playing in MSCM?
People
How?
have, but not like
Yeah, but
really.
I don't think anyone has ever called a judge for it.
No, I haven't seen that happen.
So how long has Nick's been looking at their top 7 cards? Oh,
A lot. Okay, yeah, they're just gonna get the Tinker's tools, but that is
that was 3 minutes of
19.
looking at the top cards. I don't think that was necessary. Well,
Yeah, I think honestly here I think you scavenge Harvest Reaper, get a 3rd soul land, and then you can Tinker's tools or just scavenge plus Tinker's tools here, plus Stonework, sack stonework. Yeah, this deck just has so many decisions. It can really be hard to play. So I kind of get Nick's playing slow here, but I think taking 3 minutes for the top 7 might be maybe a bit too long.
Yeah. Well, even when I was playing Dreamside 8 sack, I don't think or no, actually, I don't know if I tanked for that long because it's hard to know how much time passes when you're the one doing the thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like surprised nobody ever called slow play on me while I was like tanking really hard for Dreamside 8 sack. So
the worst thing about thinking is when you just end up deciding on the decision you decided in like your first like in 1 second.
yeah, but like sometimes you want to just think about why your intuitive decision actually makes sense before you go for it.
This kind of sucks.
Okay, next, are you going to do anything? Like you play out volatile stonework. You spent 3 minutes looking at your top card.
I think literally the only line that makes sense here is center of culture, Reaper, Reaper, tutor up another center of culture. Then, okay, going to get in for that 1 damage because that'll surely matter.
It
Yep,
could.
going to egg.
Oh, and there we go.
But didn't swing in with the Harvest Reaper, even though they're just gonna fetch more jumpers.
I guess to block in case there's like a strong arm plus haster, although that's impossible with only 2 cards, so it's actually not worth playing around.
I guess they just want a big Harvest Reaper, but
well, if they wanted that, they should have swung with it.
Like, thing is, most of Coolbean's top decks here that like they don't kill Nyx, and Nyx has their combo next turn. So I think this game is just pretty much done unless Nyx misplays here.
I guess Nyx probably isn't misplaying given how long they're taking on all their actions.
Yeah.
Nyx is scavenging Harvest Reaper again, and now they're like tanking again.
Yes, Harvest Reaper I think just fetches your entire deck. So it's like, and then you also have all these one-of options. But I think it's just you fetch your soul land, scavenge a second time, get your last combo piece.
Thousand Stars, that's not what you need right now.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I think it feels so bad, but I think all Cool Beans can do here is just pass.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Cool Beans took a moment to think about what their outs are and then passed.
And then yeah, Nyx just combos here, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. Because like egg sacks, and then you have your last scavenge, you have tools, and you have the mana for it, so you can combo.
I mean, you certainly can. Nyx is taking time again. Okay, there we go.
Probably might just want to make sure Cool Beans intended to pass there, but because
there we go.
Yeah, you don't even need to tutor. You just drew your spirited card.
Well, you still need to tutor the Reshaper, but
Reshaper, but you already have tools on board, so.
All right, Nyx, make the winning play and please don't take 3 minutes to do it.
Almost. Okay, yeah. Looks like we're gonna make the winning play here.
All right, Tinker Tool stacking.
Probably egg.
Yeah, just egg is probably the best option.
Yep. Fetch Reshaper and then do your combo with collection and hand.
Yep.
And that's a 30-minute game 1.
It only took 30-minute game 1. I think it was only 4 turns. 5 turns, I think.
Yeah, wait, what's the math on that? That's almost 4 minutes per turn, not per turn cycle, per turn on average.
Yeah. Well, let's just go over to sideboards and make sure we get sideboard started before.
Nyx, I think really the only thing Nyx has that matters is Listening Chalice, which I don't think matters at all if Nyx is on the draw.
Yeah.
And then Cool Beans has Flaming Point Technique and Spell Pierce, I guess.
Yep, so they just bring in those 2 cards. You might actually
not sure what they brought out.
Actually, no, Spell Pierce might be bad just because Nyx can make a lot of mana, and Nyx has lots of cheap stuff.
And also Cradle of War is a big one in stopping Spell Pierce.
As for what you would board out, I actually don't know. I think you actually might want to.
Stars, right?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, good point. Shrouding Stars does nothing. So yeah, you board it.
One thing I'm really I don't know if you've changed this about the list, but I think you should probably be on 4 Festival Sabotage. That card has been insane every time I've played.
It probably should be. I cut one Festival Sabotages for one Extreme Speed because I felt like I needed more haste enablers, but it could be correct to just go back to 4 Festival Sabotages.
The thing about Festival Sabotage is, unless your opponent has removal, it's basically another haste enabler because you're getting a 1/1 stats plus basically another prowess creature. It's just on one creature. So, especially if that's on an Autumn Fey, that's like just so much damage.
Yeah, but also Festival Sabotage, it kind of loses the removal in a way.
Your audio's cutting out.
Ooh. Is my okay? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So it seems like they're still boarding. Hopefully they won't take forever to board too. So just looking back through Nyx's sideboard, like we see a lot of cards, but you mentioned that most of them don't matter, except for Mysterious Coffer and
Yeah, I forgot about Mysterious Coffer actually.
technically Glistening Chalice. Like I feel like
Listening Chalice, I don't think you board in unless you're on the play.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe you put in Forgotten Idol, but I don't think that really matters or is a good decision.
Yeah. No, Forgotten Idol is not. This is not the right matchup for Forgotten Idol.
You and then I think Nick said this, but you do have Lifeless Claymore, but it's just too slow against Prowess. So there's no point in trying to use that.
Yeah, so like
And then you do have Singer, I guess. Like, wonder what Nyx is thinking about with sideboarding.
well, I mean, I think Nick is just breathing a huge sigh of relief because they realized that the matchup is a lot more winnable than they thought. Because they're definitely they definitely didn't think that this would go so smoothly.
I think Nyx also had like just an insane hand against Cool Beans that game though, so that's also a bit into it. But I want Nyx to win, so I'm happy about that.
All right, seems like the game's starting, so let's look back at their players. Cool Beans is on the play, and they brought in Spell
Oh,
Pierce.
we do see the Spell Pierce.
This is not the right colors.
And we see Coffer and Cradle of War on Nyx's side.
Oh, that's painful. And Cool Beans, I guess Cool Beans has to keep this hand and bottom. Oh god, this is a really bad hand, but I don't think they want to go down to 5.
It's 4 lands basically.
It's 4 lands and one of them is tapped. They can't secret on turn 1.
Yeah, that's just so rough, especially with this Coffer and Cradle.
Cool Beans goes down to 5.
Oh.
Let's hope it pays off.
Okay.
Okay, this
hand, I guess it's fine.
It does stuff. Yeah, I guess you keep this. They did board in Spell Pierce though. Spell Pierce is not going to be very useful this game.
I don't know if you bought Pierce or just Double Shrine. Pierce and Shrine or just Double Shrine.
I think Cool Beans won't bottom the Pierce just because it's not a land, but like if we know what the opponent's holding, I guess you bottom Pierce, but then you have no spells, so.
But the thing about bottoming Pierce is what Cool Beans wants to do. They don't want to have to hold up Pierce because they want to turn to Autumn Fey and then just get that online.
Yeah, so I guess you bottom Pierce in a land and you hope to top deck into Mindstorm's Eye. Like, that's your game plan now. So hopefully Cool Beans goes for that.
The upside is you do the rail line to bounce your path in the worst case, so you have that cycling option. But I think you're losing that game at that point.
Yeah. All right, Cool Beans, please make the right decision and bomb the Pierce.
Cool Beans thinking on it.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I wouldn't blame people for taking lots of time on. So like I'm not rushing Cool Beans right now, unlike last time with Nyx.
Mulligans are the one thing you should just have you can have a ton of time to think on because they're one of just the hardest things to do.
Yeah, Cool Beans even knows that it's tricky. I agree.
All good. I guarantee I'm playing slower than you. If anything, I should apologize.
Okay, so what needs to happen now is that Cool Bean needs to top deck Mindstorm's Eye, or just oh god, they bombed. I mean,
they bombed the rail line.
I think
that is
fine.
I don't like that because it turns off your option to bounce the path, but that's probably not relevant.
Yeah.
There's Kelly Thrust Workshop
Nyx gets a turn 2 center of. They get to activate Center of Culture on curve.
Turn 2, yeah.
And then they get to Kelly Thrust. Yeah, I don't think so. Unless Cool Beans gets a nut draw, I don't think they're winning.
What happens here is Nyx goes Harvest Reaper on 1, probably Edge, turn 2 Imperial Coins. You only cost 1 mana basically, and then you go for Cradle of War. You have 3 artifacts, and then you put in like Mysterious Coffer on end step,
Yeah.
or if Nyx draws something else. And like, yeah, Cool Beans is
Ooh,
probably not.
Nizev
Oh, there's the Nizev Enforcer.
no way to activate it though.
Yeah.
Not a good showing for Nizev Enforcer. Maybe Quillbeam's top deck Bite Blitz afterwards. I think this turn you just run out Autumn Fey.
I think, yeah, you just run out Autumn Fey here. You're not, like, your other option is Enforce or hold up Pierce, which holding up Pierce does something against Nyx, but like if Nyx gets that Cradle of War down, it just stops mattering.
Making that play also forces you to fetch blue, which you might not like.
Yeah.
I think you just jam Autumn Fey, and then just accept that Spell
Especially
Pierce
since
is useless.
Nyx doesn't really have much removal. It's really unlucky that Nyx has this coffer in their hand for on Coolbeam's side, so you don't expect them to. You can't play around them having the one of really.
Well, no, you totally
Like
can
sometimes you
because
just have to jam it.
Nyx is tutoring everything.
Sure. I think Nyx's deck is just such a nightmare to play against as well as play. So because there's just so we see the Autumn Fade just getting run out here.
But the Coolbeams fetches Island because they want to go into Zev Spell Pierce. I guess that's fine. The only way Coolbeams gets punished.
There's Egg.
Oh.
Yeah, Egg probably. I think Egg just seals the deal here. Because now what you can do is coins into Cradle, put an Egg, sack Harvest Reaper, get Stonework, name Autumn Fade, and then you have your Egg Engine online. And then you also have Copper.
This is not well, I mean Nyx just not draw 2 times and Coolbeams did not get what they needed.
Yeah, not much you can do about that.
I mean it's fair enough. Like Coolbeams probably has gotten some nut draws with Nizev that people can't beat, so it's only fair that this happened back.
Yeah.
But now I'm salty that my deck didn't win the GP.
Also, something just kind of really funny is Nyx was I don't know if anyone knows this, but Nyx was originally going to go on Crattery Heart, but then I think on day 6 or 7 swapped to Reshaper and is likely going to win the GP with it. So the last day swap and then win the GP.
How many GP wins does Nyx have so far? Once this is concluded.
Too many.
Give an actual number because I want to, because as long as it's less than 6, then I'm not.
2, 3. Wait, let me just. I realized Control F is a thing, so I don't have to count. It's 4.
Okay, so so after this it's 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just need to win one more game, and then they'll be tied with me and GP wins. Okay,
GP
well.
GP Queenstown, GP Valencia, GP Anchorage, GP Basel, and then GP Incheon if they win this.
Okay, well, I think I need to also get back and win the GP so that I can start contesting, or so that I don't get my position doesn't get contested again. But yeah, Imperial Coin comes in. So
you have the most GP wins right now.
What?
Who has the most GP wins? Is it you?
No, it's like someone who doesn't play anymore. They have like 10 GP wins, but lots of their wins were from back when like they were running 10 people GPs.
I know. If I look at these ones, Dodger has 6 wins.
Oh yeah, Dodger also has a bunch. I know I have 6, and I know Purple has 5. So like Purple is right below me, and then Purple kind of just stopped playing. So
5.
Yeah. Prevail again.
Est has 2 GP wins, and they were back to back.
Yeah, and those were pretty recent too.
Same as Scribble, but they have 3.
By the way, how are you looking at GP winners?
On the archive page.
Oh yeah, right, that thing that exists. Creel War comes in, so yeah, that's free.
Yeah, Nyx did what I expected.
Well, there's Nizev Enforcer Strong Arm, which would have been great if Creative wasn't a thing and Mysterious Coffer.
But like, I think you just want to buff up your Autumn Fey right now.
I guess. I guess you Strong Arms hold up Spell Pierce, but that's such a bad play. But I think you have to go for it, and then
just the Nizev Enforcer and then also Strong Arm.
Yeah, but then you don't get to clone it. I mean, Spell Pierce is useless now because Cradle of War is in.
So I think Nyx saying F6 is kind of weird because they have the Cradle of War up and they're gonna put something in. And I also think that Nyx definitely should have put in that Egg of Avarice on their turn so they could have sacked because Egg of Avarice is sorcery.
Right, yeah. So they just missed out on free value.
Yeah, now they can't like surefirely remove the Autumn Fey. Sure, they're gonna bounce it, but like that's not really permanent in quotes removal.
Actually, wait. Cool Beans might actually not be completely dead now. Like if Cool Beans gets Spite Blitz top deck or something like that.
Get Spite Blitz, because then you have 3 mana, so you go on Fate Bite Blitz. Nyx is down to 5. But then Nyx is
Well, the thing is,
Nyx
like,
has egg on.
Nyx doesn't have
Oh.
instant speed removal, so as long as Cool Beans gets the right draw, they can just kill Nyx. And Nyx can't do anything about it.
I think the best thing. Oh, there's
Oh.
Reshaper.
Well, that's
So
yeah.
Reshaper means you can go double Egg of Avarice to kill the Autumn Fade right now. I think Nyx is probably going to Mysterious Coffer though.
So at least the Zevin force dodges the Mysterious Coffer, and then if Cool Beans top stacks Bite Blitz, and they can go
The
into
thing
Zev
is,
Bite Blitz.
because Nyx can do it at instant speed with Cradle of War, right? So
Right.
if Cool Beans plays Zevin Forcer out pre-combat, it doesn't dodge it.
Well, the thing is, Mysterious Coffer requires Nyx to hold up mana.
And you play Brine Fleet Bray here. Like, what are you using that mana for? Like, you just play Egg as a sorcery, right? And then
Yeah.
fetch another Harvest Reaper, and you also get your Surveil 1-off coins, and then leave up Cradle 2 mana and just Mysterious Coffer.
So actually, Spell Pierce can't hit something this turn. It could, like, if Nyx doesn't sequence correctly and Spell Pierce hits something important, then I guess that slows down Nyx by a turn. I mean, Nyx can just tutor for stuff
Yeah, I mean,
afterwards, but
it could hit the Egg here if Nyx wants to go for that.
I mean, it could hit the Dimensional Reshaper if Nyx decides to hardcast it for some reason.
But I don't think Nyx is going to like want to do that because because Cradle War's ability can be copied. So you don't actually lose out. Actually, no, you do lose out Mysterious Coffer. Never mind, because you need 2 mana. No, but you can Cradle of War, put in Reshaper, and then Reshaper, Cradle of War, something else, and then Cradle of War, Mysterious Coffer, and you still have the mana. And then you're also not leaving yourself vulnerable with Spell Pierce.
Yeah, but then Nyx has to actually play around that. Like, they have to actually think about if they want to play around that.
But that's also just like getting the most mana out of your cards, I
Right.
think. So
They're going to run out Brine Fleet Bay. They're going to Cradle in.
they cradle in, oh, yep, they're cradling in Reshaper, and then they now have the Reshaper to make something else into a copy of Cradle. And then they can just like hard cast Egg here. And then, yeah, I mean, Egg gets Spell Pierced, but then you still have Mysterious Coffer next turn. So Spell Pierce, I think, is almost guaranteed was guaranteed to hit something this turn. Unless Nyx wants to waste their mana.
Okay, they're going to.
Then, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff you can do with Reshaper in this deck that isn't just, I combo you to death with Dead Man's Hand.
There certainly is a lot of interesting things to do. I don't think we're going to see
then,
most of it. Like, I'm pretty sure the interesting stuff happened a lot more often in the slower games.
No, and then another really, really interesting thing we're probably going to see here is Reshaper is once each turn, and it's not as a sorcery. So what we could see here is Nyx reshaping Mysterious Coffer and then turning the Imperial coins into a Mysterious Coffer because you don't really care about Imperial coins too much, and it gains Mysterious Coffer's ability, so you can just exile your Imperial coins and then you still have your original Mysterious Coffer, which you can just do that every turn, so you don't actually lose your Mysterious Coffer.
Well, it would still bounce everything. Like, it would still bounce the coffers, right?
Yeah, I guess. But then you just replay it out with Cradle or something.
It would also bounce the Cradle if you want the coffers for 2.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, since Cool Beans knows that coffer is out, I think they want to spend the treasure mana before it gets bounced.
Yeah, you just treasure out. What do you even treasure out here? Like strong arm, your stuff just gets bounced, and you regain the treasure, which just gets bounced anyway. And stuff just gets bounced.
I mean, you could also just, I guess, not go for it. So then you go for, you want
But
to
also,
cast
like
spells this turn.
the thing is, Nyx can just not Mysterious Coffer if there's not a big enough threat to their life total.
Yeah.
You have to be doing something to force them to play that out. Because then Nyx will just like Reshaper and then use Cradle and then put in Egg, right?
Alright, Cool Beans is going to strong arm at sorcery speed just to force the coffer crack early.
Yeah.
Nyx lets it happen.
And yeah, I think Nyx just has to coffer here. You're taking what, 8 damage? That's just, you can't risk it, right?
Yeah, so that actually.
So we'll see if Nyx chooses to do the Reshaper thing, where you can exile your coins or Harvest Reaper instead.
So I'm assuming, like, actually, if Nyx bounces everything with Coffer, then Spell Pierce I think becomes live again.
It becomes relevant because it can hit the Cradle for.
Nyx has enough mana to pay for that though, right?
Oh yeah, true.
So I guess
Especially with the Workshop.
I guess like post Coffer, you just like play down Seeker and then hold up Spell Pierce or something, which isn't great. But or no, I think you jam Omfe anyways.
Jam on Fae to just like even if you don't have a pump spell now, if you draw that, you just have the potential to deal a ton.
Yeah, like just force
And
them
Nyx is gonna
to
have to be afraid of that.
Coffer or hold up a Coffer again.
Yeah.
And then I guess you're hoping that you draw into Mindstorm's Eye, although you don't have enough mana for it either, so you need to draw a land into Mindstorm's Eye, which takes 2 draws, which is not good.
Yeah, that's sketchy. Also, how is this game an hour long? It's been, I think, a total of what, like 15 turns between both players.
Nyx is just taking super long making decisions, and so it's actually is Cold Beans also taking too long? I'm not keeping track. Wait, they're going to switch a land? Okay, interesting.
So they're gonna exile their land.
I guess.
Why?
I guess they want to get another Imperial coins trigger.
Like, why are you stone raining yourself? Like, just hit the Imperial coins. I'm really confused about that since the Imperial coins goes to hand anyway.
Oh wait, Mysterious Coffer sticks in play because I guess because it's a land now. So
Yeah.
okay,
Oh
so
wait. It's also that with Reshaper, Nyx has a ton of mana anyway because they can copy their stuff, right? Because
yeah.
they can just duplicate the land. So they're probably not worried about mana, but there's Spell Pierce.
All right, Cool Beans. You can either play Seeker and hold up Spell Pierce, or you can jam on Fae.
Play Niza and hold up Pierce,
I mean,
which honestly might be better.
Nazev gets bounced by Coffer. I think you want to play Seeker so that you don't get brickwalled by Harvest Reaper.
You can just jam Autumn Fae, but I think that's just objectively wrong here.
It's not objectively wrong. Like if Nyx doesn't have enough, then I guess he could do something.
Yeah. Cradle of War is just such an insane card.
I agree.
Just like Ether Vial.
Also, nobly enough, Cool Beans did not draw any of their artifact destruction spells, so I'm also going to blame the loss on that.
I mean, it's only a 3-of, so. But then again, Nyx did draw like the perfect 1-of.
Yeah, exactly. So it's only fair. Oh, okay, I guess Spell Pierce is not going to be relevant again.
Okay, there's the on face, so Nyx can play without fear. So I think this is Workshop, Harvest Reaper, then you have 4 mana. No, you actually have 6, because Reshaper can turn the coffer into a land. So you have 6 mana. Yeah, so it turns out soul lands are good.
Yeah, it turns out soul lands are good. I figured like the deck the deck still exists without the soul lands, but do you think the deck would be fair without soul lands, or do you think it needs some more nerfs past that?
So I'm almost completely fine with the deck, except for specifically the Soul Lands and Cradle of War. Those are literally the only 2 cards I think are a problem in this deck.
What? No, Cradle's completely fair. Like, Cradle's such a fair card.
It's just so much mana. Like Cradle is like kind of a non-issue if you like. Cradle is kind of just like I don't like how efficient it is, but the Soul Lands are what I think is actually probably a problem. The rest of the deck I'm perfectly fine with.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe Egg, but that's more of like I don't think Egg should get hit. If Egg is getting hit, it's not for this deck.
Egg has already had enough sins where it's not going to die just from this.
Yeah. I mean, if Egg didn't get hit after Lifelink Herald last month, like it's not getting hit or not last month, but 2 months ago. It's probably not getting hit for a while.
Okay, next, please play out the turn. Like you have Egg in play, you know what to do with this thing, right? Come on, Nyx.
You also get to Reshaper it, so you Voltast and work the Autumn Fae. Just do that.
Just do it. Come on. Everyone's watching you. Okay, so let's look at alternative lines that
Nyx just has their combo next turn if they Reshaper the Egg, or even without Reshapering the Egg.
How?
Because of coins and then Scavenge.
Right, yeah. Wait, does Spell Pierce break up the combo, or does Nyx have enough mana to go?
Because Nyx has enough mana, I think. Because also Nyx can go for it, and then if it fails, what they can do is Scavenge again, and then instant speed it if you don't tap Cradle.
Yeah. Okay, there's Voltile Stonework.
And then probably hopefully going for Reshaper here. Or not.
Well, there we
Or
go.
yes.
Yes, but after a wait.
Yeah. Something weird is how like the Reshaper arrows look on Cockatrice. It just kind of looks funky. I don't know.
I'm actually not sure how they determine where the arrows go. I guess like if there's I guess if the arrows. Oh, I'm about to be logged out due to inactivity. Okay, hurry up, guys. You've been inactive for so long that I'm about to be logged out.
This game is 1 hour, and it looked like both of the games are ending on turn 4. Or no, this is turn 4. So both of the one game ends on turn 5, one ends on turn 4, and it's an hour-long game. Like that's actually just crazy.
This is actually longer than the control games we had.
Yeah.
In the GP.
I think this is literally. I think this is around the time that Test's game versus Splash Cat, the Sultai Heart Attack mirror, like 2 GPs ago. This is about how long it was.
Yeah, wonderful.
Like 59 minutes.
And Harvest Reaper scavenge is this? Yeah, it's a scavenge. So
yeah, I'm just gonna search.
Nyx is setting up the combo. Oh, actually, Quillbeans can still get out of this. They just need to top deck their artifact destruction spell.
Yeah.
So yeah, like for the sake of extending the length of this video by even more, Quillbeans, please top deck.
I just looked, and the Sultai Heart Attack mirror finals was 51 minutes.
Without speeding up?
That's what it is on Times channel, and to my knowledge, Times doesn't like edit down their videos, but they might.
Oh well, the game's over now. We don't even get to see Nyx execute the combo because Quillbeans says. Yeah,
Quillbeans just conceded. I mean, Nyx had like the nuts both games. Not much you can really do about that.
Yeah, that's
Hi.
Oof.
Yeah, Man,
I
assume that they I was thinking oh, what a good draw getting the egg and everything, but they have so many tutors and stuff. It's pretty reasonable.
Also, Nyx had that one of Mysterious Coffer, and that was just so rough for you.
The Coffer was pretty rough, yeah, and being able to keep it on the field and not have to use it up. Even if they hadn't gotten the thing established with the stonework, I was still probably just going to lose to being able to Coffer every turn.
I'm going to blame the loss on you not getting the nut draw with Nizev Enforcer.
We hit the nuts.
Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed. This did not go
really badly.
This did not go how I wanted it to.
Yeah, and the mulligans weren't fantastic either, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the mulligan is rough.
Yeah, I do think Nyx's deck is super, super strong. Obviously, it was it definitely deserves a win. It's super cool.
Yeah, thank you. Game 1, I just saw my opening hand. I'm like, oh, I guess I win.
Yeah, so it turns out the matchup isn't as bad as you thought. And
I'm really afraid of Nizev. I don't think I have a good option against Nizev creating a wide board, especially game 1.
Don't you have?
Because
do you not have the coffers in the main board?
No, coffers in the sideboard.
Oh.
Yeah. And then game 2. I saw Coffer's opening hand, I think. And yeah. I also had Coffer lock on turn 3, I think.
Yeah. There was a few points where I had Nizev, but I wasn't. I either had pump spells or I had Nizev, and I never was in an opportunity where I could make a clone. And playing creatures without flying, and they could just block with your scavenge thing, and you get to tutor, and it's so I kind of had to just play in the air. There was a moment in game 2 where I could have played an Enforcer and held up Spell Pierce on turn 2, I think, instead of playing the Double Striker. But I was like, if I'm going to play to the board on the ground, then you're just going to get to tutor quicker, and it's not going to work out.
I think I think the correct play is you played right playing the Double Striker, because I could pretty much whiff all of your counter spells using the Cradle of War I already had out.
Yeah, well, Cradle of War wasn't out at that point, but I didn't.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, I didn't. I think read Cradle of War at any point, so I didn't realize it was even an option you had. But it's crazy that there's just a workshop in the format.
Yeah. Something I find really cool about your deck mix is there's so many things you can do with Reshaper outside of just doing your combo. You can do, like we saw, the Coffer Lock. You can make Cradle of Wars. You can duplicate Soul Lands. You can do all sorts of cool things. And we also saw you duplicate Egg of Avarice. You can do awesome things with it.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous deck.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, do we know if are any of the changes to that deck already locked in?
Not
locked in.
One
change. For Harvest Reaper, we know it's getting hit.
You can't scavenge onto opponents' creatures anymore. It's strangely
No,
relevant in a lot of.
Didn't even know you could do that. That's crazy.
Yes.
How are they wording the change? Like, are they actually changing the comprehensive rules for scavenge to prevent that from happening?
No. The changes. Harvest Reaper and the other scavenges now trigger when a creature you control scavenges. So it'd be when a creature you control scavenges.
Okay,
Harvest
I
Reaper.
see.
So you can still choose to put the counter. It just does nothing other than giving your opponent's creature a counter.
I see. Also, I mean, this is something I should have realized sooner, but I didn't realize that Harvest Reaper fetches lands.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
like
that was relevant.
That card seems super good. Like just all around, really strong.
yeah, like you compare this card to Intrepid or Gate of Realms, and like you're fetching non-basic lands for 2 mana from your graveyard.
Yeah.
And getting counter for it.
Beyond the Horizons.
Harvest Reaper wasn't played for a long time because there were a lot of situations in which you couldn't get it into your own graveyard. You kind of had to rely on getting an Egg of Avarice.
Yeah. And Egg's been like a staple for a long time, right? I'm not super aware of the format, but I know Egg's been good for a while.
Yeah, Egg has been good for like forever.
Yeah.
So next, are you going to continue your promo theme of? Actually, no. You haven't been promoting HSR art recently, right? You've been promoting your own art.
If you want to call it art. Yeah, I might scribble something. I haven't done anything yet. Wasn't prepared. But,
well, you got more than a week to make some art for it because we finished early this month. So
yeah, and there's no way it's not Dimensional Reshaper, right?
If it eats a nerf, then maybe.
We'll see. Anyway, that's that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also,
thanks for the deck, Ricky. It was fun.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for joining for post game.
Yep.
And since everyone has left now, I'll also end it here. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, we'll see you next GP.